Hello and welcome. When we talk about Indian market monopolies, we often think of tech giants or infrastructure moguls. But today, we dive into a segment that is literally part of every Indian household, yet remains surprisingly overlooked in boardrooms. We are talking about the premium lifestyle brand that turned innerwear into a status symbol. The exclusive licensee of Jockey has created a wealth machine that has outperformed the broader markets for decades. It is not just about fabric. It's about a distribution network and brand equity that competitors find impossible to penetrate. Let us deconstruct how this empire was built and why it remains a favorite among long-term value investors. The story begins in 1994, when the Genomal family founded this. At a time when the Indian innerwear market was fragmented and dominated by unorganized local players, Page took a massive gamble. They brought a global standard of quality to a category that was treated as a low-margin commodity. By securing the license for Jockey, they didn't just sell products, they sold a standardized experience. This foresight allowed them to command a premium price in a price-sensitive market, setting the stage for what would become a massive industrial footprint across South Asia and the Middle East.
In the early 2000s, innerwear was an inside product, hidden and never discussed. It changed the narrative with their Jockey or Nothing campaign. They were the first to move innerwear out of the dusty back shelves of local Kirana stores and into high-end retail malls. By investing heavily in aspirational imagery and premium packaging, they created a psychological moat. The consumer wasn't just buying a utility, they were buying comfort and a lifestyle. This branding strategy allowed them to maintain a gross margin that is the envy of the textile industry.
How do you dominate a country as vast as India? You build a distribution fortress. It operates through a massive network of over 120,000 retail outlets. But the real game changer was their exclusive brand outlets, or EBOs. With over 1,100 EBOs across India, they control the customer experience entirely. This multi-channel approach, spanning large-format stores, multi-brand outlets, and e-commerce, ensures that a Jockey product is never more than a few kilometers away from an urban consumer. It is this sheer scale that acts as a barrier to entry for new D2C brands. For an investor, the financials are where the magic happens. It boasts an incredibly high return on capital employed, often exceeding 40 to 50%. They have historically maintained a debt-free balance sheet while growing their revenue at a double-digit CAGR. Unlike many textile firms that are capital-intensive and low-margin, Page operates with high inventory turnover and negative working capital cycles. This efficiency allows them to reinvest in their manufacturing facilities, which are vertically integrated to ensure that every stitch meets their exacting standards. Quality control is the secret sauce. Page doesn't just outsource to the lowest bidder. They have over 15 manufacturing units that employ more than 20,000 people. By controlling the manufacturing process, from fabric cutting to final packaging, they ensure consistency that local players cannot match. This vertical integration allows them to respond quickly to market trends, whether it is the rise of athleisure or the demand for specialized sportswear. Their Speedo partnership further solidifies their dominance in the premium athletic segment, diversifying their revenue streams. No empire is without its challengers. The last 5 years have seen an explosion of direct-to-consumer brands like Demons and Nykaa Fashion, targeting the younger, tech-savvy demographic with innovative fabrics and quirky marketing. These brands are nibbling at the edges of the premium segment. However, Page Industries is fighting back by digitalizing their supply chain and expanding their Jockey Juniors and athleisure lines. The battle is now for the wardrobe share of the Gen Z consumer. While the competition is rising, the sheer scale of Page's offline reach remains a significant hurdle for any newcomer. So, is the innerwear empire still a solid bet? With increasing per capita income in India and a shift toward organized retail, the tailwinds remain strong. Page Industries continues to expand into Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, where the next wave of consumption is expected to come from. For entrepreneurs, the lesson is clear. Brand equity, combined with a relentless focus on distribution, creates an unshakable moat. For investors, Page remains a case study in how a simple product can lead to extraordinary wealth creation. Thank you for joining us in this deep dive into the silent monopoly of the Indian markets.